What's happening, everybody? It's Uncle Zunky here. So, if you don't remember the last video, I played with Maggie. You should go check it out, by the way. But anyway, shameless plug there. I did say the next video I was going to be playing with Eve. And I'm not going to be chickening out. I'm going to be going full man mode. No giving myself the D6. Just legitimately straight up playing with Eve. So we'll see how this goes. I can already guess how it's going to go, probably very poorly, but we'll try it out anyway and basically just see, you know, if we can make anything good happen. So the sack of pennies is my first item that I picked up, which can sometimes be a really bad thing, because if you guys didn't know, if you get any other dropping familiars, such as like the bomb bag, or I just got a penny from the sack of pennies there, or if you get the relic, the sack of pennies actually makes those other dropping things drop less often. So in a lot of cases you don't want to pick up the sack of pennies or like little Chad, which drops hearts, and other dropping familiars. Bomb bag is pretty good. Unfortunately there's like no key bag. If there was a key bag, that would be awesome as well. But you often just don't want to pick up sack pennies, but I figured since it's this early on in the run and I might be able to get a lot of money from it, and that could lead to me getting shops, I think it's probably worth it. So the first boss we run into is Steven, which is going to be a damage upgrade. Either way, no, either one of his drops that I get, apparently getting Little Steve from this boss, which is a familiar that shoots homing tears, is an 80% drop rate, and then getting the item Steven, which is a good damage up, a really great item to have, is about, I believe it, yeah, 20% drop rate. I guess if we're working on 100% here and we don't have like, you know, 200% chance or anything, because that would be a little weird, although I'm sure it's probably possible in some sort of mathematical bizarro world. But basically, yeah, I mean, you have a 20% chance to get a really good item and 80% chance to get a kind of crappy item. And I've never actually had the Steven drop from this boss without previously picking up Little Steve, so that kind of sucks. But either way, this familiar does a lot less damage than I would have gotten if I got the damage upgrade, unfortunately. But it still is a damage up, and it is homing tears, which allows for a little room for error if I'm not the best at aiming my shots. But anyway, we're going to just hope for some lucky items, because I can tell you right now that's pretty much the only way that I'm going to beat the devil with Eve, is if I get some pretty lucky items. And of course, just like beating the devil with every other character, you do unlock something for winning the devil with Eve. What that something is, I couldn't tell you, because I actually don't know off the top of my head. I believe it might be Eve's Birdfoot, but that could be from beating Isaac with Eve. Or it could be from beating Blue Baby with Eve. I actually just don't know. I know Eve's Birdfoot is unlocked from one of them, but that's the only item that I know for a fact that Eve unlocks. All the other items, I have no clue. One other thing that I have no clue about is how come I have not had a key yet this run. It needs to happen. It's got to happen at some point, because I have to get in my item room. I have to get Polyphemus, so that's what I'm hoping for my item room, if you didn't already know. Polyphemus, and then, yeah, Brimstone from the Devil Deal. That would be ideal. Is that going to happen? Most likely not. But if it did, that would be pretty awesome. So, take out this room. Key drop, please. Thank you. You see, you just gotta ask nicely, and this game will give you exactly what you asked for every time. It works. You just say Polyphemus, and it happens. I'll show you right here as soon as I open up my item room, as soon as I clear this room out of all enemies, and we'll see how it goes. But, you know, I'm getting a lot of money gradually from this, you know, coin bag, so maybe this means I can access the shop next floor. I probably won't have enough sense this floor, although I'm getting a lot of sense from these poos. I only need another nickel drop. If I could get a nickel drop from, you know, another future room that I clear out, I could access the secret room. And hey, wow, okay, well, this is the first time I've ever actually run into the D6 in an item room. I've had it a lot as Isaac, of course, but I've never actually got the D6 as a character other than Isaac without, you know, kind of possibly what could be described as cheating. But we won't talk about that. But yeah, exactly, as I said early on in this video, I'm not giving myself the D6. If you didn't know already, I have had a few runs where I've given myself the D6. And the reason that I've done that is just because, well, I'm not very good at this game, and basically getting the D6 means that I have to record a lot less Isaac, because my policy is I don't upload an Isaac run if I don't at least make it to the Depths 2 boss, and that's like bare minimum. So the Depths 2 boss is the regular mom, if you didn't already know. I didn't know there was going to be this many rooms left. I could have had an extra reroll charge if I didn't go down this way, but oh well. Hopefully I won't need the extra reroll charge against, you know, whatever the boss drop is. Usually Cellar 2 is not this big. Cellar 2 is usually a fairly smallish floor, so I don't exactly know what's going on here. But I do know that Gluttony can drop an item called Less Than 3, which is a health upgrade. It also heals you up full, but I'm already healed pretty well, so I don't need that. And he didn't drop it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'm getting a lot of keys already. I really wish I knew that this floor extended on this far, because then I could have had extra rerolls for the shop, because I am going to try to attempt to find my secret room. And if I ended up finding it and there's money in it, I could go to my shop and then I could use rerolls on whatever is in the shop if I don't like it, which is, you know, admittedly most of the time. I'm not always a big fan. And there is a whole bunch of money in the shop. Well, not in the shop, but in the secret room. Kind of, sort of, not really the same thing. But I'm going to kill the boss first. And if the boss drops like shot speed up or something absolutely awful like that, or if it's a devil room, I already did take red heart damage during this floor, so the devil room chance is there. It's just not as high as I would like it to be. Oh, I don't know what it is. I just barely missed that. Even if I didn't shoot that bomb out of the way, it still would have detonated too late, and I wouldn't have hit Pin with it. But for whatever reason, I watch people play Isaac on YouTube, and they can kill Pin every single time with bombs. And I've tried, I don't know, maybe not a ton, but like 5 or 6 times at least to kill Pin with a bomb. I can't manage to do it. I don't know what's going on, but if any of you guys like know if there's some sort of trick to kill Pin with a bomb, because you can one-hit him with a bomb because he has low health and it hits like all of his segments at once, which all do individual damage to him. But yeah, if any of you guys know what the trick is to hitting Pin with a bomb, if you could let me know, that'd be great, because I always miss. Always. And I don't know, maybe I'm just like placing it too late or something. But and we do in fact get a devil deal. We also have Mom's Coin Purse, which I'd like to re-roll if the devil deal isn't something to re-roll. Well, you know, both of these are good items. The problem is my health is just low. Well, I could take the dead cat, I guess, but no. Pretty much what I was looking for there is I was looking for either the mark or... what was the other thing? I was looking for the mark or the pact, and if I could get either of those for 1 heart, I would take it. But that's pretty much the only thing that I would take there. Oh, that's a bad trip. I don't want that. That's all bad pills. Really? Really, game? We're gonna go down this road. Okay. Well, I guess bad gas isn't necessarily a negative pill, but it's definitely not a good pill. Bad trip will become full health when I'm down to half a heart, so I'll save it. And if I get down to half a heart, hopefully I'll remember, and I'll, you know, use that full health pill really quick. That's really unfortunate. Like, that was Tears Down, right? Yeah, Tears Down. Eve already has god-awful damage, and Tears Down just absolutely kills her damage. But I will pick up a bomb and the treasure map. So that'll make finding all future secret rooms a bit easier, which I'm going to need, like, well, I'm pretty much going to need Epic Fetus to win at this point, even though I do have the D6, so if I could, like, Brimstone Poly, you know, that could potentially lead some interesting places, but, bad pill rotation so far, at least of the ones I've found. So yeah, I'll be doing, like, basically no damage at all with Eve now. The Relic, you know, I'll take it, but the problem is, the only thing I was thinking about is this floor. Like, I found the item right away, so I will be able to, you know, get quite a few rerolls from this floor. The only issue is, like, I have really bad damage right now, like really horrible damage. So there's no way I can kill anyone with this damage. So I pretty much essentially need, you know, to pick up something that can help me out. I'll go to the shop and see if I can't pick up like a Nun's Habit or a blue candle, because, you know, I have enough sense to buy them. There might be greed in the shop, and I really hope that's not the case, but if he's not in there, being a jerk, I haven't had a blue candle in a long time, so yeah, game, you just might want to, you know, consider that. Think about that statement for a while before you make a decision. Oh, that was so stupid. That was so stupid. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. You know, let's just not. Let's not and say that we did. So if I get hit one more time, I will use Bad Trip. It you know, I don't want to waste it at all, so I will wait until I get hit once more, and then I'll use the pill. As you saw, it turned into full health, so I did find my shop already. I did use my full health, and again, when Eve gets down to half a red heart or less, like if you have all soul hearts, if you're living off soul hearts and don't have any red hearts left, she will turn into the Whore of Babylon, which does, you know, pretty good damage. So I got the compass, which I'll take. It's not the best thing in the world. It's not really the worst thing in the world either. It's nothing to get too excited about. I'm going to go back and see if I can heal myself up, because apparently there's a heart drop in this room, and apparently the mini-map was correct, and there was indeed a heart drop in that room. So let's proceed on to the boss. Probably die against the boss, and if not, you know, well, I mean, this run has not been great so far. For whatever reason, I don't know why, every time I play with, like, Cain or Judas, I get so lucky. I get all these powerful items. Every time I try to play with Eve, the game's just like, no, not happening. I'm sorry. You're gonna die. So, it's weird. Like, I always do really bad runs with Eve, for the most part. Like, I've beat Mom's heart with Eve, obviously, but, I've never beat the devil or Isaac with Eve. Hopefully that's going to happen soon. But, for whatever reason, like, every single time I try to do that, like, I just get so unlucky with items. Like, I just can't win. Pretty much the only way to win with Eve, that I found at least, is I absolutely 100% need Guppy's Paw, or, like, so you can get down the Whore of Babylon state, like a bunch of health upgrades, and then Guppy's Paw, and then you can play as normal. Or I need, what is it, like, you know, some sort of stupidly overpowered run, like Ipecac plus Relic plus Miter plus, I don't know, Nun's Habit plus Yumheart or something like that. But, you know, unless I just get stupidly overpowered, you pretty much need Guppy's Paw to win with Eve. There's, like, it's very, very difficult to win any other way. So, anyway, Gertie is going to take a while just because my damage is disgusting at the moment. And it's just going to be time-consuming to, you know, take out any form of boss. Just because, like, the damage is bad. For those of you who aren't, you know, Binding of Isaac pros, basically, every character in the game has, like, a damage multiplier, and most of them are at 1. And, like, Judas and Cain have above 1 damage multiplier, so every time they pick up a damage upgrade, it actually boosts their damage, like, more than 1, or if it boosts their damage by 2 normally, it boosts their damage more than 2. But Eve has the lowest damage multiplier in the game, so every time she gets a damage up, it actually only boosts her damage by 0.7, so basically, you kind of need Whore of Babylon to win, but we do get a damage up. It's not a very good damage up, but it is, regardless, a damage up. It's also a health up, which I am always a big proponent of. I'm a big fan of health ups. I think they're good, you know? I don't think there's a whole lot of people who would argue that opinion, but it's still an opinion that I can have. But Room Full of Fish guys can prove a little bit tricky, difficult, / frustrating. / I, you know, really wish I wasn't in this room. So, you know, lost a full 2 hearts here, which is kind of to be expected because these guys, well, they do a full heart of damage every time they hit you. So if they hit you 2 times, that would result in 2 hearts of damage being taken. So let's explore our secret room. Bob's rotten head. No, we're not doing that. And Book of Belial, it's good. I will give it that. It is not the item I am looking for, however, since it's a spacebar item, and it's a very good spacebar item, but the problem is, Book of Belial does in fact double your damage, but my damage is so paltry at the moment that even the Book of Belial would not do a whole lot for me. Like, it'd make boss fights twice as fast, but boss fights are already going to take like a solid 5 minutes anyways, so, well, this is an item that I certainly want to reroll. I don't know. Should I, like, go back in the secret room and try to re-roll the Book of Belial? I think I might. Although I do believe you can get, like, item room items in the secret room pool when you re-roll. I know you can re-roll into, like, Epic Fetus, but I think that you can also re-roll into, like, item room items as well. So, either way, I think I am going to go back in the secret room and re-roll just because pretty much the only way I'm going to win this game is if I actually do re-roll into Epic Fetus. And without that happening, I'm not going to win, so I might as well do what gives me the best shot of winning the game. You know, I mean, why else would you play? So greed will be in the shop. I can almost 100% guarantee it. So do I want to go in and risk death? No, I don't. I do not want that. So instead, I will continue and try to pick myself up a bomb drop. Pretty fly. Well, that's good. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to be upset by that. Seeing that, I am unfortunately wasting rerolls here. I could, I guess, go back and reroll the poop. I probably wouldn't get anything good out of it because, like, the item room pool has so many horrible, disgusting, revolting, stomach-clenching items in it. It really does, but at the same time, without a bomb, I'm just wasting rerolls right now. So, well, I finally got a trinket. It's Isaac's Fork. Did I want that trinket? Not particularly. Do I want that speed up? Not particularly. You know, Eve has, I believe, the fastest starting speed in the game, so she's already pretty good when it comes to speed, unless you get, like, speed downs or something like that. But I think I will avoid the shop, at least until later on in the game, because I can almost guarantee that it's greed. And I can also reroll this and get Forget-Me-Not. Well, thank you, game. Thank you so much for that. Forget-Me-Not's pretty bad. I have used it before, and I believe I actually deleted the run where I used it. Why am I going this way? That was a mistake! Alright, let's continue. Don't get hit by the spikes, please. I think I just barely was at the point where the spikes weren't going to stab me in the feet, but it was close. Penny. You can actually get those without taking damage. However, it is quite difficult, and I wouldn't recommend trying it unless you are a professional Binding of Isaac, you know, player? I don't know. Binding of Isaac doesn't really have a pro league. I guess there is the Boiler Racing League, but I don't know if those guys are professional or not. Either way, I'm almost dead. That's one thing that I do know for a fact. I also know that I lost some money, and there's also a bomb in the center, but you can't actually get to that bomb unless you have a bomb of your own. Telepills. Well, interesting result there. One thing I can say is my health situation is not where I want it to be right now, so I'm kind of hoping that I end up running into, you know, bombs soon. Well, health definitely, but I also want, you know, bombs so I can get myself back into that secret room and reroll 4 greed heads. Not the room I wanted. However, this room can often be quite easy to, this layout, I should say, can often be quite easy to deal with, just because of the fact, well, I did not realize that my range was that bad, just because of the fact that, you know, all the greed heads are kind of like trapped within a rocky structure, surrounded by, you know, ditches, so they can't really jump around and smack you in the face as easily. They still can, but it doesn't happen as easily. And yes, I'm going to just pour money unforgivingly, you know, into these machines and attempt to... 2 keys. Okay, that's good. It's a good start. Basically attempt to get myself some bombs. I do need to clear out one more room to get a reroll. Those hearts would be nice. I wouldn't argue with them, but I would argue against the prospect of not getting them. Bomb is really all I need. I just need to get into that secret room. I'll only get one more reroll, but one more reroll is better than no more rerolls, as a wise man once said at some point in his life. I'm sure that probably happened. I'd be very surprised if it didn't, because I'm sure pretty much any combination of words has been at some point used throughout human history. So I keep on getting like the coin payouts. Really, all I'm wanting right now is hearts and bombs. Those two, not at the same time, but, you know, one or the other. Keys are okay. Keys are fine. I'm not going to argue with keys. I wouldn't argue with Skatel either. And I'm also additionally not going to argue with Cancer, because that's pretty much double damage. And 2 more chances to get a bomb off of the greedy Skull Game man. Or Skatel. You know, Skatel works too. I'm completely fine with that. Okay, fine. I see how it is. But yes, I did get Cancer, which kind of makes up for that, you know, Tears Down pill earlier, although not really, but it does double my fire rate, which means, what this means for me and you is that I'll be firing twice as fast, if you couldn't figure that out already. And additionally, what that means is I'll hit enemies with twice as many tears, hopefully, as long as I land most of them, and I will do twice as much damage, because, you know, twice as many tears, twice as much damage. You kind of follow where I'm going with this. And I might as well just go back to my item room and reroll. Could check out the shop. I don't know if I want to do that, though. I can't get in the secret room again just because of lack of bombs, so that's unfortunately not going to happen. But, well, I don't want to talk about it. We will continue on to the boss with no item from this room due to the fact that I got 3, 4, if you count in the secret room, useless spacebar items. Unfortunately, that item in the secret room actually was an item that could have got me back into the secret room if I had used it, which was Bob's Rotten Head, which can act as a bomb to open up a secret room. Ironically, because you need a bomb to get in the secret room, and then I don't have a bomb, so that's where the irony comes in. And I finally get my bomb after I already used my reroll, so now it's kind of pointless because, well then, I can't get another reroll charge unless Greed is in the shop, actually. If I defeat the boss and Greed is in the shop, and I kill Greed without dying, which is looking less and less likely as time passes, but if that's something that I do, like, I could get another reroll charge from this floor, I guess, but if Greed isn't in the shop, I will effectively just waste a key, and I died. So instead of deleting this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it again, and you know, the odds are that I'm not going to get very far because I never do get very far with Eve. I've had one Mom's Heart run, and other than that, like, I'm not even kidding where I say literally every single run has been horrible. Tears down. Interesting. Epicac. No. Chemical Peel. I apologize. Chemical Peel. Interesting. So it does increase damage out of one side of your face by, I believe, 2. So every other tier does basically twice as much damage effectively. So it's a damage up. I thought it was Epicac as first. I was just getting so excited. Like, Epicac is also the little green poison bottle looking thing, so I'm sure you can forgive me for thinking that, and if not, that's fine. You know, I wouldn't forgive me either, but we'll try again. And basically the reason why I'm going to be doing 2 Eve runs in one run and not deleting it is because the odds of me getting, well, I basically want to get an Eve run actually up on YouTube, and the odds of me actually succeeding with an Eve run are very, very slim, because the only way I can do it is if I just get very, very lucky, which you know, hasn't been happening very much lately for whatever reason. So yeah, I mean, I pretty much just have to wait until a lucky run eventually comes along. And so I would like to upload a video. So I'm going to be breaking my tradition of usually I only upload a run if I at least get to Adepts 2. The only times before that I've broken that is, you know, my first couple Isaac videos. I think I didn't get to the Adepts 2. And also the boss of the Adepts 2 even. And also like my Samson video that I attempted to make. If any of you saw that, that went pretty poorly. But yeah, I basically attempted to kill Samson and was not able to do so. Well, not kill Samson. I attempted to play as Samson, and it went pretty poorly because Samson is a dang hard character to win with. He really is. And if you argue me, if you think that Samson is easy, well, then you are wrong. Or if he is easy to you, then you are clearly much better at this video game than I am. But my boss will be Monstro. Not only will it be Monstro, it's a champion version of Monstro. It's also a gray champion. And also, Monstro's tears do a full heart of damage. So if one of his tears hits me, I'm dead, which is an interesting thing, you know. That would be pretty... that would be a new thing for me and Isaac, you know, dying on the very first floor of the game. I'd probably just like end off the video right there. I'd still upload it because I've already gotten to the point where I've invested like 25 minutes into this thing. I'm not going to just delete it after that because all that the time has been you know, put into Isaac. But anyway, we will try to get, you know, Monstro dead without suffering any unfortunate damage taken to myself resulting in my death. But we'll see how it goes, and I'd like to pick up a pentagram here. That would be pretty cool. And then, you know, well, or actually, I take that back. I would rather like get 5 health upgrades in a row, 5 bosses in a row, and then on the 6th boss, get a devil room with Guppy's paw in it. Well, the plan is working out so far. I got the first of those 5 health upgrades in a row. So we just have to have, yeah, the next 4 bosses pay out with health upgrades. That shouldn't be too hard. I mean, come on. So Curse of Darkness on the cellar, which is never a good place to get Curse of Darkness, but I don't think there's ever a floor that's actually a good place to get Curse of Darkness. Unless maybe it's like the basement one because it's kind of small and it's not that big of a deal if you get Curse of Darkness or not. And most characters at least don't start out with bombs, so you're not really able to check for the secret room anyway. Oh my goodness. Super Lust. Thankfully, you know, Eve is, I believe, the fastest character in the game. Starting speed, that is. You know, obviously that can change. But Super Lust is also quite fast. But if you're a character like, I don't know, I think Kayn has low speed. I don't know who else does. Maybe Samson, Blue Baby, debatably. If you're a character like that, this boss can actually be a little bit difficult. But as long as... Oh, my goodness, and he trapped me in a corner. Interesting. So I tried to do some, like, pro-level maneuvering. Didn't work out exactly the way that I was hoping it would. And I'm down to the cursed state already. And I got telepills into the secret room, you know, which is never a bad place to teleport into. But what is bad is being, you know, Horror Babylon and your tears are still small. Like, granted, my tears are red, which means they're doing a fair amount of damage, but they're also very small, which means they're not doing as much damage as I wish they were. Of course, I'm one of those people that's never very satisfied with the amount of damage I'm doing, and I always wish I was doing more. I can't even one-hit spiders, oh my goodness, even in the cursed state. That just goes to show... This is Eve, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eve. And yes, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to open up that chest. That was a mistake. I basically just traded a bomb and a key for a bomb, which is never a good trade because if you are even somewhat competent at math, you'd already realize this at this state. But you would actually go down a total of 1 key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a bomb here. Why not? Get myself that tinted rock, get some health back, finally. Can I destroy this TNT without hurting myself? I don't think I can. I think, yeah, if I stand here even, like if I stand here and shoot the TNT, it'll blow up and take away my soul heart, and I'm really not going to be in a good situation. So I think it's in my best interest to not destroy that TNT, because I don't think there's any way I can do it. And, well, I mean, I got... a nickel, so I could enter the shop if I find another key. Unfortunately, I squandered that key on that golden chest, which was a mistake, but hey, how was I to know I would have enough money to go in the shop? That's me trying to defend myself unfruitfully. I did not know that the shop was going to be an option on this floor, so... Oh my goodness, that thing was jumping a long ways. What? Oh yeah, I have no key. Maybe I should have realized that before I tried to go in the shop like a dum-dum. But I will place a bomb here, just in case the secret room is there. And it is. Okay, so I already was in here earlier. Unfortunately, I did not realize that this actually goes into the shop. So, used 2 bombs, but I ended up getting the ladder and a soul heart. I'm not going to pick up any red hearts yet. I will think about it after the boss, but... oh my goodness, 2 Gertie Juniors. Well, one thing that I can do is use the hourglass. Basically, the reason why I didn't pick up any soul heart or red hearts is because, you know, I'll be doing a lot more damage in the cursed state, and I'm also faster in the cursed state, so it's a little bit easier to dodge enemies. Ooh, that was close. Well, I mean, I got hit, so it was very close. It was so close that, in fact, it wasn't even close. It was actually, you know, it made contact, but which is like not close, but it's close. But yeah, it just makes the boss fight a bit easier, and then I might as well pick up the red hearts after this. So another health upgrade, which is awesome, and obviously there's no point in saving the cursed state now, because I would have to not pick up the health upgrades. So I might as well go back and pick up all the red hearts, and let's proceed down to the next floor. So again, my plan of 5 health upgrades in a row is working out so far. I already have, you know, 2 of those 5 health upgrades that I need. And the cool thing is, now if... Oh, I have the ladder. I just realized that. I almost forgot that I bought the ladder, even though I only bought it like a minute ago. But if I end up running into Guppy's Paw, you know, even now, I would take that in a heartbeat and use it up, and then I'd be in the cursed state constantly, which means my defense would go from abysmal to only pretty bad. Actually, I guess the cursed state is pretty good. I mean, it's probably like better than Isaac base damage, if only by a little bit. And I do have like the chemical peel upgrades. That's helped me out a bit as well. So I shouldn't complain too much. And if I could get one of these guys to blow up by that tinted rock, that would be absolutely awesome. I don't want them to blow up yet, because I want that tinted rock for free even. There we go. I got hit there, which is bad, but I got the small rock, which is good. I was trying to blow up that tinted rock, basically like be a complete pro at this game. I was attempting to blow up the tinted rock and not take damage, but unfortunately that's not the case. And I am up to red tears on my chemical peel side of the face, which is good, which means I'm actually doing a fair amount of damage with Eve, even with not being in the curse state. Do I risk it? Yes. Speed up. Okay, well, that pretty much was awkward, and it also deals with that speed down that I just got from the small rock, and that hit does not deal for anything, but room full of bee lickers. Every single time I run across a room full of bee lickers, I always just go Captain Obvious, and I state what's, you know, apparent to everyone watching the video, that it is in fact a room full of bee lickers, just like making you all aware in case you didn't understand. I guess some people might not know exactly what those enemies are called, even though, you know, I've made so many videos now stating that it would probably be pretty apparent to everyone that has at least seen one of these before. But I did get the top secret room open for free, and I'm hoping that there is I don't know, like epic hack in here or something. There's a trinket. It's not a good trinket, but it's better than not having a trinket, so I'll go with it. Gold chest that I can't even open, and I wouldn't want to open even if I had a key, because I want to access my item room. I know it's strange, you know? Who would want to do that? But I, in fact, want that to happen. I want that my dream to become a reality. I also want to find my secret room, and I want it to be there, and it is there, so found 2 secret rooms on 1 floor. How about that? I also have enough money to access the shop. Will I be able to? Probably not, just because, you know, this is Isaac. But I will, in fact, need 2 keys to make that happen. So I'm kind of hoping not only for 1 key, but I'm getting a little bit greedy as well and hoping for a 2nd key. And that means I will be able to open my shop. A bomb is a start, but is not where I want to be going with things. So, I mean, it looks like I'll have a couple more rooms to potentially try to get myself a key. I do want to make that happen sooner rather than later, just so I can, you know, make sure I get into my item room. If I don't get into my shop, it's not the biggest problem in the world. If I don't get into the item room, though, I'm not going to be happy. So, whoop, a room full of green guys can potentially be annoying. Wow. Well, I mean, even with Eve's insane speed at the moment, because with that speed up and Eve's good starting speed, like, I am just zipping around this room. I still got hit, unfortunately, just because of, like, the way the rocks are situated. But that means Dead Bird's out. Oh, and if you didn't know, like, I think this is the first time I've ever made an Eve commentary without actually explaining her abilities. But, you know, Dead Bird does, you know, what you may or may not expect it to. And when it comes out, like, after you take damage, Dead Bird pops out. And get ready for screen lag. Wow, okay, so normally, like, those black flies blow up and start, like, this ginormous chain reaction, like the entire, you know, the entire room just starts shaking. Well, I got Eternal Heart, so there's a health upgrade. So I've had 3 bosses in a row with a health upgrade. This is looking good. I just need Guppy's Paw now. Dead Bird is coming out, doing some work. Got myself a soul heart there, and I've got a good start in the soul hearts too. Unfortunately, I didn't take any red heart damage in the boss. I did on the floor, though, I believe, so do I want the shot speed up? Screw it. I'm taking it. I got the Hierophant, the Fant of Heroes, and we're going to continue on to the next floor. Looking in a good situation health-wise and a decent situation damage-wise. Admittedly, this is probably the luckiest Eve run I've had in quite a while. Even though I skipped an item room, I'm not even that mad, and that's probably the first time that I've ever skipped an item room and not been mad. I mean, I'm always a little bit peeved, but ooh, this is close. Was it worth it? Just watch. I'll take this pill and it'll be like health down. Alright. That was close. Breathing heavy here. Of course, when you have fast speed, it's often much more difficult. Speed down. Thank you. Thank you, game. Thank you. You know, like making me go through all this work to get a pill and then make it be a crap pill. You know, it just is so helpful. It really encourages me to play you more. It does. So Dead Bird, if you'd like to help me out here, that would be cool. I would like that more than, you know, if you didn't. And Dead Bird can actually hit the dudes when they're down. Got a Wheel of Fortune here, which I may or may not end up using. And unfortunately, there wasn't really any way for me to avoid damage there unless I had the ability to fly, which I don't yet, but we can always hope that that ends up working out for us later on in the future. So at the moment, I really just want myself a key, because I don't have a key yet, and getting a key would be awesome, I think. You know, you might not share in that opinion, but yeah, I didn't have a key all of last floor, which was really, really sad, and I haven't had one this floor yet either, and I don't want to miss 2 item rooms in a row. That would be tragic. And 2 keys even would be great, so I could access my shop as well. But knowing Isaac, we're probably not going to get any keys this run, just because, you know, I've played this game enough. I know it's tricks. I know it's trolls. I would love to get those bombs. I guess if worst comes to worst, I could just like play the Wheel of Fortune card and then try to get myself a key that way. This is not a room that I'd like to be in. Not one of my favorite rooms. It's actually a room I don't like. So you could call it one of my not favorite rooms even. And trying to just like gradually get some damage on these guys, but also play it safe at the same time. Okay, we got 1 down. And you're down. Alright, so managed to do that room without taking any damage. I surprised myself a little bit there. And I can also pick up that coin due to the power of the ladder. And I will start putting some money into Judgy here, instead of putting money into the shop or saving it, because I kind of have the feeling that I'm not going to get any keys this run. We get the compass again, so back-to-back runs with the compass, of course, if you're paying attention earlier in the video and you noticed that that was a thing. I did, in fact, get the compass earlier in the run. I did not actually mean to play that. It just kind of happened. So I'm going to give the safety cap because I know there's at least 1 decent pill in the rotation. Still no keys. Still no keys. Just making sure you're all aware of that. And I think there's like 1 final path to go down. That will probably be the path to the boss because, you know, I imagine that there's probably a boss during this floor. There's got to be one, right? Most floors do have bosses on them. It's a fact in Isaac, you know. The majority of floors have bosses. I don't think I've ever come across a floor that didn't have a boss, but it could happen sometime. So I would also like to discover where my secret room is. So what I think I'm going to do is place a bomb down here and hope for the best. Unfortunately, the best is not what ended up happening there. Oop. Okay, well, I'm very glad that oh my goodness. I was going to say, I'm very glad that I didn't take damage on this room, and then I proceed to take freaking 4 hearts of damage on this room. But, well, 4 hits of damage, which equals 2 hearts, but it just like, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I dodged that, and then hit, and then, you know, trying to recover from the shock of getting hit. I get hit again, and then also again. But this does mean that I can go check out my item room, so it may or may not be worth it. It wasn't worth it. Well, debatably. You know, my spacebar item is pretty crappy. And what Forget Me Now will mean is I will be able to replay this floor again. So I'll be able to get an additional item room. I'll also be able to get an additional boss drop after I kill the boss. However, this is caves, so ooh, there are some bosses that I would not like to face very much in the caves if I end up, you know, getting 2 boss drops. But I will get 2 boss drops, which is a good thing. 2 chances for a deal of devil, 2 items, so an additional item after this one. I guess it's not really 2 items because this item, you know, effectively you don't keep it for the rest of the run, so it's not even really an item. It's just kind of there. But this does mean, you know, it's not going to be like the exact same floor again. So I'm not going to have like another judgment. I'm not going to have another Curse of Darkness. I hope I don't have another Curse of Darkness anyway. But it's not going to be the exact same floor. It's just going to be like the Catacombs 2 all over again. Let's go into our boss, which is going to be Fistula, which is good. You know, I don't mind Fistula that much. I'd much rather face him than, like, I don't know, Carrion Queen or something like that. Something disgusting and horrible like that. So, yeah, but after we kill Fistula, we'll hopefully get a pretty good drop from him, and then we'll restart the floor and, you know, try to get myself another item room, which could be great, or we could get, like, Monster Manuel. You know, it happens. And then, yeah, hopefully, you know, get another chance for, like, a deal with the devil, and maybe that could end up winning me the game. Yeah, that was stupid. But he dropped 2 red hearts. Interesting. I didn't even know that, like, a 1 Fistula piece could drop 2 red hearts. That's the first time I've seen it. Anyway, we ended up getting the box, so that's a pretty decent drop. And we will get a pill, which is Tears Down. No thanks. As good as that sounds, no thanks. And we'll end up getting the Magician, which I don't want. Just pop that. And do I want to tick over the safety cap? Yes. And we'll restart. So we get another Caves 2, additional item room, all that jazz. Which means, you know, hopefully this ends up paying out good for me and I get like a really good boss drop. I guess this could atone for the fact that I didn't get a health up on this particular boss. And I had a health up on every single boss before this. Well, no, 3 of the 4 bosses before this, that's right. Because I have 5 red hearts now and 5 well, you start out with 2, so 5 red hearts would mean 3 health upgrades. And I've only fought 3 bosses before this. Okay, never mind. I was in fact correct my first time, so I have in fact fought 3 bosses before this, got 3 health upgrades. We get Infestation, which is every time I get hit, I will spawn an attack fly, which does double my tier damage, which can be decent if you have a lot of health and a lot of tier damage. But unfortunately, I do not have a lot of health and I don't have a lot of tier damage, so it's actually not going to be that great. So you know, heck, I could just like fight the boss right now and say just screw the rest of this floor. I don't need it. But you know, I could like potentially get awesome stuff like judgments too. So pills, health up, range up. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm not going to argue with that or anything. And there's also an arcade there. One thing I would like to do though is access the shop, so that is a good reason to continue the floor. Of course, I'm going to need an additional key to end up doing that, but if that works out, I will be able to access the shop. It's Cave Stew, so it's probably going to be a mini boss, but if it's not, and I could pick myself up, well, I already have the compass, but if I could pick myself up something awesome, that would be great, and I'd love that. Alright, pop up, please. Oh my goodness, I get hit so much. Like, I have pretty fast speed, so I don't even know what's going on right now with all the getting hit. I just realized I have a ton of bombs, so I might as well check for the secret room. And I might as well, you know, grab this key here, because I have a lot of bombs. What else am I going to use them for? Hello, greed. It's not greed. It's also nothing that I want. Notched pickaxe, I will pass. You know, as interesting as that could be. Actually, it's not really interesting at all. All notched pickaxe does is destroy a rock in a room for you, so... But in the secret room, I get a fortune teller machine. That can be decent when you have not a good trinket, but I think I'm going to pass on that and just wait till the next floor and fight greed in the shop on next floor with my 15 cents, rather than using my 15 cents on that fortune teller machine. So we're going to fight the boss and basically just really hope that I end up getting lucky and pull out with a Guppy's Paw. Which could, you know, not guarantee a win. Oh my goodness, is Peep. Well, there's no way I'm not taking any damage against Peep. Exactly, you know, proving my point right there. But, you know, I could still get a deal with the devil, even though it's highly, highly unlikely. Might as well put some bombs down to do some extra damage against Peep, because, you know, how else am I going to do damage against him? My tears do squat, so range up. Well, I have cross room range now. Still no Guppy's Paw. I still want one, desperately. We'll see if I get one. And it's a horseless headman, which, you know, you guys know how I feel about horseless headmen. They're okay by some people's standards, but not by mine, you know. So I did get hit, of course, because it's Monkel's Donkey. I always get hit, you know. If I didn't get hit, it wouldn't be me. Like, this wouldn't be my channel. This wouldn't be Isaac if I took no damage on a horseless headman fight. Did get a key, so that can prolong my existence for a little bit longer. I'm gonna put like 1 cent into you, get a soul heart, totally worth it. 1 cent for a soul heart, I'll do that every day of the week. And I do have the ladder, so I can kind of just like hide out here, not even worry about it. Away from these bee lickers so they can't harm me. So I'm hoping that, I mean, this item room has to be epic, right? If I'm going to win. Or I have to get, like, Guppy's Paw from the boss this floor, which probably won't happen because I've already taken red heart damage, which lowers my chance by quite a bit. But let's check inside. Guardian Angel. Okay, well, this is the first time I've picked up this item. I actually just unlocked this item my last video, if you want to, you know, go check that out, as I said earlier. But yeah, it's basically an orbital that spins twice as fast as most other orbitals. It's also, I believe, larger than most other orbitals. It also causes all other orbitals you have to spin twice as fast as well. So what that means is that it does a really good job of blocking tiers, basically. So room with 2 hangers, not a big fan of this room. But yeah, like, again, my Guardian Angel here will end up blocking a lot more tiers, so I'll have a lot more defense. Hopefully this means I'll take a lot less hits than I have been taking. Also, if my dodging skills were up to par, that would help a lot as well. I did get hit there. Guardian Angel obviously doesn't save you from every tier shot, but it does save you from a lot of them. Let's continue on in the general direction of the boss. Hopefully the boss is this way, because, man, sometimes this game just like points you in the direction of the boss, and then the boss isn't there, and you're like, oh. It does tend to happen sometimes, though. And I could use health desperately. I don't think I've even had a red heart drop on this floor yet. What I will do, however, is I will check for the secret room. I have 8 bombs. So what are bombs for if you don't use them, I've always said. And secret room is a slot machine. Interesting. No thanks, though. I have one on, as my card if I ever really need a slot machine. 5 greed heads and a vis. Man, that's just not fair. Come on now, Isaac. Don't do me like that. One of the greed heads is dead. Hopefully the others will follow suit soon. The vis is not dead, which needs to happen sooner rather than later if I want to escape out of this room with my hide still, somewhat intact. And okay, that wasn't too bad. I only took 2 hits. And red patch is decent, but I can't pick it up because I have the tick. Not unless I get, like, Mom's coin purse. Well, Mom's purse. Mom's purse is the only way that you can pick up more than 1 trinket, which is a shop item, which typically costs 15 cents. You can also get it from Demon Judgment, and those are the only ways that you can obtain it that I know of. 2 soul hearts, that's pretty good. Hopefully that will mean that I will be able to avoid taking red heart damage during this boss, but we'll see. If I am able to do that, that would be epic. That doesn't help things. That doesn't help things either. This boss, like, for the most part, it's not too difficult, but it's like the Widow, it jumps around a lot, and if it does a lot of its jumping around troll, it can hurt quite significantly. So, okay, I didn't take any red heart damage in the boss. And I still don't get a deal with the devil. Come on, what do I have to do? Game. What do I have to do to appease you? I'm going to go back to the shop and fight greed, because, yeah, I can pretty much guarantee it will be greed, because it's always greed. Even though I haven't had greed yet this run, so maybe... I think I've only accessed the shop once this run, though. But I do have enough sense for it, and I do have a key, so I really might as well. No, I've accessed the shop twice this run, right? I don't know. I can't hear you if you're replying to me right now. I'll try my best though to like go into the future and like read the comments and see if I was correct or incorrect. I'm guessing probably incorrect. Anyway, so we will go in the shop and pretty much just pray for a blue candle because that's my only hope at this point. Otherwise, the next floor would pretty much have to be the most epic Depths 2 of all time if I want to actually make this run a success. Well, I said it was going to be greed, and it was greed, so I guess I get bonus points for that or something. I would like to dodge. I mean, Guardian Angel just took care of that shot there. Greed didn't spawn any of his little friends / familiars, so that was good. I'm going to go play that Soul Heart machine, see if I can't pick myself up a few Soul Hearts. One thing I'm just frustrated by, though, is, I've had well, maybe not quite a few, but I have had a few floors where I haven't taken any, like, red heart damage on the boss, and I just haven't had a single angel or devil room yet. And that's pretty much, like, the only way to win with Eve that I know of, other than becoming stupidly overpowered, is by getting Guppy's Paw. So I pretty much have to get a devil room. I mean, I know you can also find it in curse rooms, but I haven't been lucky enough to pick one of those up yet. So my character did the act of like picking up the fish head, and yet I picked up the Wheel of Fortune card. That's a little bit odd. All these graphical glitches in this game are sometimes a little odd. But I have a whole bunch of money now, which could be a good thing, could also be not so good because it increases my risk of greeds in future shops. However, we're going to continue down to the next floor with our hearts heavy and our heads pressed against our chests for some reason. And yeah, let's see what we can make of this. Again, this is going to have to be a really, really epic Necropolis 2 if I'm going to make this run a success. And Necropolis 2s, from my experience, usually tend out to be not all that epic. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can make any magic happen, though, and possibly come away with at least Mom's heart win. That's the ideal here. It's kind of what we're aiming for. I think a devil win is a little too much to ask at the moment, but it could happen. That's not to say it can't happen at all, but and again, once Deadbird is out, once I've gotten hit, it's over. I might as well just avoid these guys, let Deadbird take care of them, because it's a lot easier to just do that rather than actually, try to do this on my own. That's the good thing about Deadbird. It doesn't do a ton of damage, and it only pops out once you get hit, but once it is out, it's so nice for dealing with rooms like this. I guess I could also like hit them with Guardian Angel, but that's a little bit risky, I think. Yeah, that was stupid. But I got the key that I need to access my item room, which is a start. It's not the best start of all time, but if the item room turns out to be something great, that could end up working. The problem is, even with Isaac runs lately, I've just been having horrible item rooms. Like, I can get an item room and reroll it like 6 times and everything's just crap, so that's why I don't exactly have really high expectations for an item room here. But anyway, you know, taking out these babies, it's frustrating. It's not nearly as bad as having to deal with knights, though, especially with like low damage tiers. I guess my tiers aren't too low damage. They're pretty decent for Eve at least. But another heart. Unfortunately, I don't need that right now. However, I could use that in the arcade if I end up going down that route later. I don't want to play the slot machine. I've been getting a lot of slot machines. An Angel Baby. Interesting. You don't see those too often. I'm wondering if it's almost like just better to actually like let myself get hit this room and like let Dead Bird do its work. Oh my goodness. I could have sworn I killed that baby. Like, how much health do these things have? I know angel babies just have like a stupid amount of health, but it's really frustrating. Okay, Dead Bird, you do it. I don't want to. Just take out that knife for me, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ah, so nice. Just relaxing a bit. Oh, that sucks. I would like that, but Dead Sea Scrolls. Interesting. Interesting proposition. It's not game changing by any stretch of the imagination, but like if I could get like a really lucky payout from Dead Sea Scrolls when I need it most, like I don't know, at least a Game Kit or a Unicorn Horn, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Alright, so it's about time to fight Mom. I honestly don't think there's anything else I could do on this floor. Like, I will check for the secret room just because, you know, I think it's in my best interest to do that. But other than that, I don't know what else to do. I guess I could like access the curse room. I might as well do that. Just in case there's like Sacred Heart in there or something. And before anyone says anything, yes, Sacred Heart can spawn in a curse room. It is just exceedingly rare. So the secret room turned out to not be there. I could also try to get a key and try to, you know, get myself into the shop. That might be a good idea. I guess here is another location for the secret room to be. It's not there either. So where the secret room is, I have no idea. I'm going to check here as well. Kind of wasting bombs a little bit, but... Oh, here we go. Secret room found. Soul Heart Machine. Get. Probably, I mean... In the best case scenarios, it's just going to pay out with like soul hearts and I don't know, a sun card would be kind of nice, I suppose. Giant's Toe, can't pick it up. Most of the trinkets in this game are just so crap. Like, I've been getting a lot of crap trinkets. Liberty Cap, there's one I haven't seen in a long time. There's also a lot that you unlock just from like beating Blue Baby with different characters that are just so bad. Like Samson's Lock, Eve's Birdfoot, Counterfeit Penny, you know, stuff like that. I know Counterfeit Penny isn't from beating the Blue Baby, but still, I don't consider it a very good trinket. Yeah, just like a whole ton of trinkets in this game. They're just kind of trash. So, yeah, I guess I just kind of like need a key drop at this point in time. Maybe I shouldn't have picked up the Soul Heart because I'm going to be going to the curse room, and I could have healed myself with like the red heart that's on the ground, but whatever. Whatever. I'm not really expecting to win at this point, so I'm sorry for like the kind of, I don't know what the attitude would be. I don't want to say misogynist attitude because I know that's not the right word, but you know, one of those. Anyway, we might as well just, you know, I could open up rooms attempting to get a key drop, but I think I'd rather just fight Mom right now. So that's what I'm going to do. And hoping that the Dead Sea Scrolls give me like pinking shears or something. That would be pretty awesome if that wound up happening. That's pretty much like the only way that I'm going to get very far during this run. This is going to be a long video though. Just going to the depths 2. If someone like skips ahead, they're like, what? You're an hour in and you have it, you're just like now at the depths 2? My friends, you have no idea the pain that I've underwent during this video. I'm going to try to get Mom's foot to stomp. What, are you going to stomp? Okay, you stomp as soon as I dodge out of the way. I want you to open up this tinted rock for me for free. Come on, you can do it. Up. That's not good. Okay, there we go. Tinted rock for free. Ended up giving me a soul heart. In addition to you know. Well, there's like a kind of hiding place. I forgot to use the Dead Sea Scrolls. Well, I got the Shoop de Whoop out of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Alright, that's not the best item of all time that I've ever had, but I mean, it's decent, I suppose. It did a good amount of damage to Mom. One thing you can do is you can just like hide out there, and you can't actually be hit by the foot or the hand if you're standing in the perfect place. So that's one thing that you can do to kind of like cheese the Mom fight a bit, is just like stand right here. The only problem is the summons that she takes out can still hit you, so that's one thing you kind of got to watch out for. So I guess like just Mom's heart is like best case scenario right now. That's what I'm aiming for. Let's see if we can make it happen, just like a Mom's heart win, so at least we don't go negative. I don't really care about like the kill death success rate of my you know, save file really in Isaac, because it's not going to be great. Of course, like every time you kill Mom's heart, you get a Mom kill, and then you also get a death. So it's like if you get a Mom's heart kill and then die, you go 1 for 1. And then of course, like an Isaac kill counts as a Mom's heart kill, and a what was it? A Blue Baby kill also counts, and a Devil kill counts as well. So another health upgrade. Still haven't had a Devil or Angel room yet this run, so I haven't had the opportunity to use all this health that the game has been giving me. But we go down to Utera 1. Basically just seeing what we can do. Seeing if we can potentially make this into any sort of success. Probably not, considering like I'm working with the Dead Sea Scrolls here. And Eve, in addition. I probably should have mentioned that first. Just the fact that I'm working with Eve pretty much in itself says so much about what this run's going to be like. I can't believe that wasn't the path, by the way. It was very frustrating. And Greed is in the secret room, so I won't even bother exploring the secret room, because I know that Greed's there, because that's why the mini-boss, well, that's why the icon is there on the map. So if I went in there, I would just fight Greed or Super Greed. I'm not really in the mood to do that right now, so I'm going to pass. I'm just going to say no thanks, maybe some other time. And I got hit, of course. Getting hit a lot. It happens. I guess I could, like, place down my slot machine at this point, but I don't know. Like 2 more hits till death. Dead Sea Scrolls is recharged. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Nope, maybe perhaps not. And yeah, I'm very, very close to death now. I don't know how that didn't hit me. Like I walked right into that laser. That should have been -1 heart for me, but I guess I just lucked out. Oop. Okay, well, we're into the cursed state now. Yikes. Almost got hit there. And we got a hard back. So yeah, I could like waste 18 cents on the Wheel of Fortune. I don't really want to, though. I think I'd rather just, oh, well, I was trying, you know, to blow the door open so I could escape. Apparently the game has other plans. Whatever, I'll just clear out the room and hopefully not die. I guess almost everything's defeated in this room anyway, so I might as well finish the job, because it's already been well started at this point. And yeah, take these guys out. They do have like a lot of health, so they're kind of frustrating to deal with sometimes. I think overall I had pretty good items this run, but just, you know, poor play. Taking a lot of damage. That kind of got me to the point where I probably wasn't going to win. Alright, so if you would like to stop being a troll, Mr. whatever your face is called. I don't know what these enemies are called. I still don't at this point. We're, what, 35 episodes in or something? I have no idea what these enemies are called. Maybe I should learn that, but continuing on to the boss, Masks and Hearts room. Well, I pretty much had to use... does the game kid, like, not work against these or something? Okay, well, they took like 4 hits for the game kid to kill just like 1 heart. That just goes to show like how much health they have. The hearts do have like a ton of health. They can take hits like a champ. I thought the game kid did like really good damage though. Maybe it's not the case though. Hopefully the Dead Sea Scrolls recharge. Actually, no, we're just 2 rooms away, so they're not going to be recharged. And I'm dead anyway, so yeah. It's Eve. What else can I say? Thanks for watching, guys, and farewell.